High T is more than just building muscle. Guys, you may have found that you see guys with high testosterone and you think it's just to do with building muscle and staying lean. Well, I'm here to show you in this video that there's actually certain traits that will come when you focus on improving your testosterone. And in this video, I'm going to show exactly what I have personally found myself from increasing my testosterone from the low 400s to the upwards of high 800s. So sit back and relax, enjoy the video. Having high T is more than just building muscle. So what traits are we looking out for? 3 things that will improve, that you'll find out when you focus on improving your testosterone. First of all, it's sex and vitality. Second of all, it's mind and your confidence. Third of all, it's action and adventure. And I'm going to show you my personal experiences that I have found that has happened in my life when I've actually focused on improving my T. This is what we're going for. Masculine, low body fat, defined, confident, driven men that can attract women, like the highest quality women, and we are confident and brave enough to go after these high quality women. So first of all, sex and vitality. Let's look at the opposite end of the spectrum. If you don't have high T, these are things you might suffer with. These are things that I have suffered with in the past. There's a low desire for sex. That can come from watching porn or all these sort of things. When you start doing these bad traits, your desire for sex and human interaction and chasing a girl or being with a woman will massively reduce. Same with your libido. If you're not waking up rock hard in the morning or going to bed at night rock hard, that could be a sign of low T. Like the biggest thing I have found in terms of my confidence is wake up in the morning and I'm fucking ready to go. Like you haven't got to try and think of something sexual. You just wake up and you're fired up, and you're good to go. Second of all is eye contact. If you struggle to maintain eye contact with the opposite sex or men or new people, whatever it may be, could be a sign. And shyness. This all runs into the same eye contact bucket. So when you actually focus on improving your T, a few things will start changing. You'll be able to hold frame in conversation with women. You won't need people's approval, and you will start having a power in sex. The biggest thing where guys and myself has messed up when you speak to women or attractive women in general is you seek approval. You almost put yourself in a lower tier to them, and when you go to speak to them, you're almost like trying to validate yourself and ask for their approval. And that will give off in the way you speak and the way you come across in general. So when you actually flip the switch and change the way your hormones are working, how it affects your confidence in general, when you speak to people, women, whatever it may be, you can be yourself, you can be more relaxed, and you can say whatever you want to say without having the need of trying to seek someone's approval. And when you do that, it's almost like you can just speak your mind and you don't care what you say or it offends them. You just see how it is. And women will pick up on that and go, wow, this is a guy that actually says what he wants, goes after what he wants, is not worried about me trying to, the sakes of pissing me off or me thinking bad of him. He just does what he wants. And empowering sex. I remember when I was younger, I did a challenge where I was doing 35 days of no porn, no masturbation, which I don't think is great for everyone, but I wanted to do a challenge. And then when I went to meet this girl that I was sleeping with, I had this sort of primal energy. And if you've never experienced this, it's a worthwhile thing to try and do on is you have this almost animal instinct inside you when you've restrained yourself from ejaculation or porn or whatever it may be for 30 days. When you finally meet a woman and get with her, this primal ancestral power comes out of you. And even the girl picked up on it. She was like, fucking hell, that was incredible. And my ejaculation as well was fucking tenfold. It was crazy. And it's kind of hard to explain, but when you restrain yourself from all these bad traits and you finally do actually interact with women, your desire, your passion, your presence when you're with them is a lot higher. Let me move on to mind and confidence. It's a big thing when we actually improve our T. So when we don't have this, we will struggle with self-image. We will struggle with low belief in our work, and we will start overthinking. And I know these things because it's happened to me, and it still happens to me sometimes it happens to me in life. It does happen, but when you do improve your testosterone, it will happen less frequently, and you'll be able to control it more. So self-image in yourself. Even for example, right now I've changed hairstyles. I've gone, you've seen past videos of me, I had like a short back and sides and hair was pushed forward. And now I'm going for actually the Brad Pitt and Troy look, you know, with the long hair down to here. And overall, I like the look of having long hair. So, but as a stage, I've got to go through this awkward stage when my hair is growing out. And that did affect, for a start, my self-confidence. Because I was like, all right, it's a brand new look. My hair's kind of like really short. The style is kind of like I'm still growing to the style. But after a while, I think to myself, who actually cares? I've got a new hairstyle, I'm embracing it, and I'll just embrace it for what it is. Low belief in your work. For example, this YouTube video, this YouTube channel in general, I'm trying to inspire and help people improve testosterone, improve their life, their confidence. And even if I only get 20, 30, 50 views on a video, I believe in what I'm doing. I don't care. I don't need validation from other people. I don't need validation from views or comments, whatever it may be. I know if I keep consistent with doing this, it will work out. And I have belief in the journey that I'm going on and what I am doing. And this could relate to you in terms of your business, in terms of pursuing a fitness goal. You've got to have self-belief in what you are doing will pay off in the long run as long as you keep consistently doing it over and over and over again, refining and improving. And overthinking. Overthinking is a big one for me, and it usually happens. I know when I overthink and why I do it. Usually if I'm inside all day or not socializing as much, I tend to overthink more. When I'm outside socializing, chatting to people, my mind's busy with real life and I'm not actually getting stuck in the trap of overthinking. So that is a bad trait we have it. And when we can actually flip the switch, powerful. When we can flip the switch, we can see the long-term vision. We won't need outside people trying to validate us. We can strive for the best. And this is a story I want to share with you. So I was in the gym like 2 weeks ago, and this girl, absolutely beautiful, right? I mean, like the gym I go to in Bali is like top tier, like the highest quality girls go to this gym. It's a very luxury gym, and there's this girl walking around, tiny waist, like fake tits, unreal body, like a complete 10 out of 10. And first of all, I was a bit like put back by her. I was like, wow, she's incredible, but I want to go for her. I want to just try my luck, approach her, talk to her, and see if she's interested in going for a date, you know? And I was nervous, I was scared, obviously, as every guy is when they see a very, very attractive woman. But I said, you know what? What's the worst that can happen? I might as well try. And in the hindsight, now looking back at it, I should have maybe built a more rapport with her, more conversation, and built that sort of like base relationship. But I thought, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go in the deep end. I'm gonna chat to her, and I'm gonna ask her to dinner. And I was sitting refilling my water, and I sort of stalled for like 10 minutes. I seen her sitting down in the sunbed, and I was stalling for 10 minutes because people were watching, people in the area, you know, had these sort of nerves and I was overthinking it. And I went, you know what, fuck it. 30 seconds of confidence, go up to her, tell her your intentions, and just see what happens. Long story short, I'd done that. She politely rejected me. I said, it is what it is. I took it as a compliment for her, and I walked away. And actually, even with me getting rejected, I still felt a hell of a lot better than if I didn't try. Because if I didn't try and approach her and ask her out, first of all, I would never know. And second of all, you'd almost feel like, why didn't I do that? Well, it was just such an easy thing to ask this really cute girl out. Why didn't you just go and do it? Because you start overthinking these things and you start having to put a lot of pressure on the simple things. So I was really proud of it. On the hindsight of that, there has been times when I've approached really good looking women and it's actually worked out. There's this Russian girls one time I approached. It worked out and things progressed quite well. And that was an experience that wouldn't have ever happened if I didn't take the risk in the first place. And then lastly for this, to improve the confidence in yourself, is when we set promises to ourselves, we keep these promises. The worst thing you can do for your mind is when you set a promise to yourself. For example, I'm doing a 48-hour fast with my friend Alex yesterday, and this morning she backed out because she's on a period. And I was like, right, shall I also back out because she's backed out? And I was like, no, what? I set a promise to myself to complete the 48-hour fast. So I'm going to follow through this promise, even though I'm doing it myself. Or this could be a promise with not watching porn. This could be a promise with going to the gym 4 days a week. When you set things to do, you have to follow through with your word. Because if you don't, you're almost like you're losing confidence in yourself because whatever you tell yourself, you don't actually follow through. So why should your mind actually believe you? So when you start improving your testosterone, you'll start finding it more power internally when you set a promise to yourself to actually keep to your word and follow through. Tea break. Action and adventure. This is a fucking amazing part in the Troy film. If you've not seen Troy, go watch it. There's two armies. They both call it the best warrior to fight one-on-one, and whatever warrior wins will win victory for the army, for the other side. So this is what a metaphor can take for life. Most people like this are in the back. They sit back, they watch their sheep. This is you. This is what I want you to become. To Troy, the main character. But the challenge you face in life might be this fucking 7 foot tall, 250 pounds, masculine, crazy looking guy to beat. The challenge that you face in life can be scary. There can be a lot of pressure on that decision, fighting this guy one-on-one. But when you conquer that and slay the challenge, on the other side of conquering this is where growth lies. And this is a very powerful part of the film where he has complete self-belief and control in what he's doing. He's the best warrior in all the lands. Doesn't matter how big the warrior is or how scary he may look. He attacks it with full confidence and self-belief in himself. Conquers the challenge. On the other side, he feels incredible. This can apply to anything in life when you set your mind to something, when you set your mind on a goal. Or do something scary, like you approach the girl. The thought of approaching a girl can be super scary, but when you actually go and do it and you conquer it, no matter the outcome of what happens, that is when you feel fucking powerful. You feel incredible. You feel like the biggest, baddest wolf on the street. You know what I mean? So ask yourself, when was the last time you went on an adventure? When was the last time you tried something new? When was the last time you challenged yourself? Okay, I've been in Bali this year for 9 months. And I felt the need now to go on an adventure, do something brand new, push my comfort zone and try something new. So in 2 months' time, I'm flying to Spain solo. And I'm meeting up with a few lads I've never met before, and I'm doing a solo skydiving trip. So I'm flying across the other side of the world, from Bali to Spain, meeting some new guys, and I'm gonna learn to skydive solo. By the end of the 10 days, I'll be qualified to solo skydive. An adventure, yes. Meeting new people, yes. Pushing the comfort zone, fuck yes. Jumping out of a plane solo. And I was scared about doing this. I was nervous about traveling there, finding where to go, where to eat. I hate heights really. I don't like doing cliff jumping and shit. It's fucking scary. But I want to push myself. And I know by the end of these 10 days, when I manage to jump out of a plane at a fucking crazy height, pull my parachute and land on the ground, hopefully, then I will feel fucking incredible. So when was the last time you did something new? When was the last time you took a solo trip? That you just took yourself in a fucking car or bike, went somewhere new, explored the land, met new people, had new conversations, pushed the comfort zone, tried a new sport, whatever it may be. You've got to challenge yourself and push the comfort zone. Otherwise you'll stay in this comfort bubble and you'll stay in this comfort zone where you don't grow. Or even when you challenge yourself. When was the last time you went for like a hard workout? Or you tried a new sport? Or you asked for a competition with your friends at the gym? Just do something new, challenge yourself. And when you start to actually improve your T, these things will come a lot easier. Your mind won't be in a state of scarcity and fear. It'll be in a state of adventure, excitement, and growth. This is what I have done over the last, couple of years. When I was like 18 years old here, skinny, weak, lost, directionless, and then now this is me in Bali, my friend, learning calisthenics. Much better physique, probably 20 pounds heavier with muscle, look a lot better, feel a lot better, a lot more confident in myself, in what I'm doing, in my mission. That's what I want to help you with, guys. If you are here, whether you are 18 years old, whether you're 30 years old, improving testosterone, improving your life will have drastic outcomes more than just building muscle. or you can stay where you are and keep doing your life as it is. So do you want to change your identity and become a new version of yourself? If you do, there's a first link below where I help guys do exactly that. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully I see you inside the program. If you actually truly want to change your life and want the blueprint, a step-by-step guide of me walking you through exactly what I done to improve my life and continue to improve my life, then check it out. If not, I'll speak to you soon.